All right, we're just going to use computer audio because this will pick it up once I hit record anyways.
I'm not really sure what the fuck this even tastes like.
I always say that it tastes the way aftershave smells.
Mm.
Now, it might be 3 screens up on here because I know her agent said that she needed to be up on it too. So,
in case she says anything incriminating.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Because all the episodes have aired, correct? For season 2?
No, they're still in season.
So
yeah.
okay, so
well, they're still in season. I think they're on episode 8 or 9, I believe. So
yeah, so they probably can't say anything like I don't know, incriminating against them.
Yeah.
Because I did have a question. Because apparently she had a one-night stand with somebody. But I'm not going to mention who because I know who she did. But yeah, that's probably not a good idea to mention that then, I guess. Her agent will probably shut your fucking mouth. Okay. Yes, I watched a couple episodes when I really didn't watch any. Just like previews of them.
Let me grab my piss water.
Yeah. Ugh. You can keep the rest of that shit.
Dude, it's gonna.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's gonna sit in the fridge with the rest. Where the rest of the shit went. That dude, you took it out of the bag. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I hope he didn't get Peroni, and you took it out of the bag. I was like,
you're just like, got Peroni.
Yeah. It's just like, son of a bitch.
Hey man.
So
it's Italian. She's Italian.
Yeah. So. All right. So, as I said, I don't know how Zoom works. I know they have the invite. So I'm assuming they're going to be popping up relatively soon.
So season 1, she was in season 1 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Season 2. Season 2 had the same girls.
Okay.
So,
but they threw guys in, right?
Yeah, they have a couple of extra guys with it too. So.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
And this takes place. The second season takes place in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty wild fucking place to party at. I can imagine.
Oh yeah, I've had. I don't remember some of the trip to Vegas that I took. So
yeah, I don't remember Vegas. I've never been to Vegas at all. There's probably a reason why I've never gone to Vegas. God knows. Yeah, God knows that I shouldn't go to places like this. Ugh, it even tastes horrible when you burp.
Shut up. Wonder if we have to go through that link. No, I mean, it goes to this. Oh, there we go.
Hello?
Hello.
There you are. Hey. How are you?
How are you? How you doing?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right, so we're going to try to blow through this as quick as we can. We know they said you have a half an hour, so we're going to try to get through this. We're mainly going to probably talk about the show, also your makeup line for the lashes, all that stuff.
Okay.
You to plug that, get that out. So what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and hit record on the audio stuff. We have this because we're going to use some of it on YouTube for exclusive YouTube short clips. And then
cool.
the audio will be for the podcast itself. So, all right. So let me
Perfect.
all right. So let me go ahead and come back to this. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and roll. I guess I'll introduce the show. We'll open the show and go right into her. We'll open the show. You can introduce her, and then if you want to go ahead and start asking her how she got into the show, all that, and we'll just roll from there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. This is Ray. I'm sitting here with Matt. We have a very, very special guest tonight. Matt, you want to say who we have joining us tonight?
Yes, tonight we have Marissa Lucchese from Double Shot at Love from season 1, and I believe now in season 2.
Yeah, you guys are still currently running on season 2, correct? I think it's what, episode
On
8? Episode 9?
TV now, every Thursday at 8 p.m. on MTV channel 53.
Now, when they how did the whole process come of you getting on to Double Shot at Love before season 1 started? Was it just a casting thing? Did it go out? Were you looking to get into reality TV? How did all that come to be?
Yeah, so it was maybe 2 years ago. I one day, just for shits and gigs, I was like, let me apply, see what they have on MTV.com. And they were casting for like multiple shows, and I applied to one of them. And the next day I got a call back, and then they had like me on file from like casting, and then they were coming up with the show Double Shot at Love, and they reached out and they were like, we think that you'd be awesome for this show. Like, would you be interested? And I was like, sure, why not? So then you kind of have to go through, after like different rounds of casting, you have to then do like a final casting where they fly you out to LA and they meet you in person. They put you on camera, green screen, everything. So yeah, then I got picked for season 1. We filmed that, and then that was on last year in April. And now season 2's here.
And of course, season 2, you guys are in Vegas. And
Yeah.
You guys go, I believe that the episode is advertising you guys in Miami for the upcoming episode, the advertisement that I saw for it. How was Vegas? How crazy was that?
The whole thing is wild and crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm young. I'm 23, so I've been to Vegas, but I never party in Vegas. So this was like my first time actually experiencing Vegas, like how it is, Sin City, partying, pool partying, gambling, drinking, having fun. So to go from like Vegas, and then I love Miami. I'm always in Miami. So then I was like, holy shit, we're going to Miami now. I'm so excited. So stay tuned this Thursday. It's going to be a really crazy episode.
Yeah.
Now with Vegas, I've been to Vegas myself, and
I've
just
never been.
with me,
Never been, you have to go.
Yeah, he's never been. With me, it was mind blowing that you can just walk down the strip, drink it. I had a whole backpack. I had a backpack just loaded with beer. Me and my wife went to see Circle or whatever that's called,
Okay,
and
yeah,
I did not
yeah.
come to until midway through that show. That was when I was like, oh, hey, look, we're at the show, and all that. Yeah, Vegas is definitely a trip. Now, we understand too that you also have your own line of luxury. Is it just lashes, or is it makeup in general? It's called Glamorous Luxury Lashes. Is that correct?
Yes. So I'm a freelance makeup artist. I have my cosmetology license before the show, and I'm still continuing to do it now when I'm home. I'm a freelance makeup artist over the tri-state area. I'm in New York, Long Island, so I travel all over. And then I also came out with my own eyelash line, which is called Glamorous Luxury Lashes. They're synthetic mink eyelashes, and you get 15 to 20 wears out of them. They're reusable. I have 5 different styles, just to kind of hit like all the clientele for girls that love like natural looks all the way to like the dramatic club look. I love makeup. I love lashes. I love getting decked out and looking cute. So, and on the show, like all the girls, I give them my lashes. So we're all lash makeup freaks.
Does B Lashes? Does she use your lashes?
She does sometimes. I gave all the girls a pair.
Now, how exactly does it feel to be the youngest one on the show? Because you're 22, 20.
I'm 23. Maria was 23, but her birthday was just last weekend, so now she's 24. And Antonio's also 23. I don't mind it. I mean, I get along with everybody. I've always grown up with the older crowd. I was never hanging out with people my age. I was always with the older crowd. So it's like the same thing. Like now that I'm the youngest, I'm with the older crowd again. So I don't mind it. I love it.
And it's actually weird because you're younger, and Jersey Shore happened so long ago.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
me, I look at it, I look back, and I've been to Jersey Shore twice myself. Been on 2 trips there. It was crazy going to all those bars,
Yeah.
just seeing all of it there.
Boardwalk.
But Jersey Shore, it like re-airing. Did you blow through Jersey Shore when you got casted for the show? Did you already know about Jersey Shore? Was it just?
So when Jersey Shore first came out, I was like a Jersey Shore freak up until the end. I still love Jersey Shore. Literally like growing up, middle school, high school, every Thursday it was on. Me and my friends would get together. We'd watch it. We'd dress up. We'd fist pump. Like we thought we were part of the cast. And I was like, this is wild. And then walking into season 1, they didn't tell you who the Bachelor was. So
Wow.
I had a feeling maybe it was either Vinny or Pauley. I didn't expect both of them because we had no idea. We went in there blinded. So to then walk in and then Pauley Vinny come out, I was like, holy shit, like this is insane. Like it was just such a surreal feeling. And it still is. Like I know them now for so long. I worked with them twice now, but like it's just they're awesome guys. It's still surreal because I grew up watching them and now I'm like living with them. I'm dating them. I'm fighting. I'm like, what is going on? This is crazy.
Yeah, and you see the reactions on the show, so it's kind of funny how the reactions are on the show, but obviously there's editing and stuff like that. When you guys initially saw them, was there just a sense of people's minds just literally just fucking just exploding of, hey, these two just walked out, and obviously they're probably two of the most popular, if not the most popular from the whole Jersey Shore franchise.
Yes.
And they just walk out, and I can't. Like I'd probably freak out.
That's gotta be
if
fun.
they walked out.
I mean, I feel like we were all flipping out inside, but like you don't want to be like, oh, it's not like in front of them, and like they'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? So like you just play it cool. It's like, hey, what's up? Meanwhile, like inside, I'm like shitting my pants, and I'm like, holy shit balls right now.
And as we know, season 2, we know you're trying to redeem yourself a little bit because coming out of season 1, you didn't exactly really have as much of a connection with the guys coming out of season 1. So season 2, you're kind of building up.
I believe they said they thought of you more as like a sister type.
Yeah, they thought of me more as family, they said. And I get that vibe also with them just because like when I was with them and like getting to know Pauley and Vinny more, they just felt like home, like who I grew up around, my family. And so when they sent me home and they said that, I like totally agreed. And I was like, yes. I'd rather be friends and build a friendship rather than trying to date. And I like it that way.
That's cool. See, the thing I watched a few episodes. I'm not big into it, but my wife watches that kind of stuff. I compare it mostly to like the Bachelorette. I don't know if you ever, know about the Bachelorette, but see, the thing about Bachelorette is it seems so much more scripted. It seems like it's very like they're, like, Daryl, come drink some wine with me on this mountaintop.
Yeah, this seems like it's just more organic.
Right.
Like it's just kind of.
There's so much more chemistry, I feel, with that show.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, everything that you guys watch, it's 24/7 filming, and it's reality. It's what's happening. It's what's going down. It's real emotions. It's real feelings. It's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
So it was definitely wild season 1, and it was a lot, especially when you're with like 20 girls and everybody's PMSing at the same time, and you're fighting for 2 guys. It's not a fun time. It gets wild. But season 2, like, it was like a breath of fresh air because I was like, all right, now like I don't have to fight for somebody. Like I don't like obviously there's gonna be drama. There's always drama, but it's not gonna be how like season 1 was. And it was more like up my alley, like partying, going out, making friends, making more connections on a more personal level now with the girls from season 1 because at season 1, like we were all there for one reason. Like now we can actually get to know each other more on a personal level and get every taste of everybody's personality in a sense.
Now, speaking of that, with season 1, season 2, you said, partying was more up your alley. What do you think from what's been shown so far from season 2, but also season 1, what do you think some of the wildest moments you remember from you guys just partying and drinking and all that probably were. That just
Yeah.
stand out off the top of your head, like, did this really fucking happen last night? Like, what really?
Yeah, so there was one part, I don't know if you guys missed it. It was maybe 3 episodes ago or 2. It was Pauley D Day when we were at Dre's, where we work in Vegas. And Paulie, he has a residency at Dre's, and we were all partying there, and he was performing, and we were on stage. But even just when we got to the pool party, like, we had to walk through the crowd, and that was like the most surreal, like, insane. Like, I literally got the chills because there's just people everywhere. And then there's the cameras and everybody's screaming. And then the fans know us now because we're part of the show. And then we're with Mike the Situation and his wife. And it was just so insane. And, like, I've seen Paulie before perform and, like, DJ, but to experience the way I did in Vegas at Dre's pool party, that is like a once in a lifetime thing that I will never forget.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How was it working at Dre's? I know they had you guys, they kind of pulled the whole Jersey Shore card where they had you guys get jobs and all that stuff. And that was a very big thing in Jersey Shore. How was it working at Dre's? Did like anything from that? Did you sit there and think, hey, maybe I want to do this kind of on the side now, after doing the stuff, your experience with Dre's and all that?
Yeah, no. So, I mean, I've never worked in a club. I've never worked in nightlife. I'm usually, like, behind the scenes, if anything, like, getting the girls ready to go out. So to actually see, like, how it goes down in the club and, like, how you have to be a hand and foot on call 24/7, running to table to table to table. You're dealing with the public, so it's hard, and especially when there's drinking involved and alcohol. So would I work at a nightclub or a bar? No. But if I was offered an opportunity at, like, a club to do, like, how they have the dancers on stage and to get the girls ready and, like, maybe, like, do costumes and design that and do their hair and makeup to perform, I would love to do that. But serving bottles and pouring drinks are not my thing. I'd rather be drinking the bottles.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We just came back from the ocean down our way. And it was insane. We got so trashed. We ended up throwing a pool off the second balcony. It landed down on the steps.
No.
Yeah. So
we party pretty hard. That's why our voices are a little harsh.
Yeah. So if we sound a little hoarse, that's why, because there was a lot of yelling.
You guys sound fun. As long as you had a good time and nobody got hurt, it's fine.
Right. Now, with the show, we noticed that one of the focal points with the show, especially season 1, is Nikki. Now, Nikki, I'm not sure of a lot of it's like a lot of maybe camera work or what and all that. Is Nikki truly
crazy?
Yeah, I don't want to say crazy, but is she as out there as they make her seem on the show? Like, I know you said a lot of that is, real. It organically happens and all that. But some of the stuff with Nikki, I sat there and I watched him like, man, this chick is like,
next level.
Yeah, like this is next level.
Yeah, no, listen. Me and Nikki, we didn't start off on the right foot for season 1, but again, we were all there for one thing. And when she feels something, she feels it strongly. And then when I feel something, I feel it strongly. So then we butt heads. And that's what happened season 1. And that's kind of what you saw because we were there fighting for one thing. But as season 2 came about and we lived together again, I adore her. I love her. Listen. Every girl's fucking crazy, okay? Like, we're all crazy. We're crazy in our own way. But deep down inside, she's a beautiful person, and she means well. And the same way sometimes I come off the wrong way. It's just, it happens. You're human. But I have nothing but good things to say about her. I love her. She's the best. And even as you watch now season 2, like, you see all of our different sides. You see us happy, sad, crazy, mad, whatever the case may be. So I feel like that's what's cool now because people that were like, screw Nikki, we don't like Nikki, or even people that didn't like us at first, they're now we're growing on them now because now they're actually seeing like who we are and our personalities every other way.
Now with the show and everybody getting together and drinking. Now the guys were added. Now there were 3 gentlemen who were added to the show. How was it? Did Pauley and Vinny know that they're like? Now I know they revealed, and Pauley and Vinny, they were like, oh well, Derwin's gonna bring some friends, all that stuff, and then they were just kind of like, well, they're dudes. Was that the kind of thing that initially they were just kind of like, well, what is this? Because I'm sure they were probably thinking, oh man, we're going to get some more girls. And then it's just kind of like, okay, Prank War Champions.
Yeah,
MTV
literally.
pulled
Like
that.
you guys made us go through so much. So now we're going to pull a prank on you. So they said, like, bring friends. So we're like, we don't want to do this again and just be all girls. Like, let's bring some guys in and let's make it interesting. Let's torch it up a little bit, light the flame. So when we walked in with the guys, they knew we were taking friends, but we just didn't specify whether it was a guy or girls. So when we walked in, they were kind of like, what the hell is this? Like, who are these three chooches? And you got the three cousins.
That's awesome.
How was it with them adjusting with the whole crew? Because obviously you ladies knew each other from season 1, and now you have these 3 new guys who are coming in. You know, they knew Derwin, obviously, but they didn't really know a lot of you guys. So, you know, how was that with them kind of fitting in, and also, you know, kind of vibing with Vinny and Pauley D and all that? How did that come about?
I mean, I think the boys handled it very well, and I think that they got adjusted very quickly. I mean, the first time you're doing it, like, there's cameras everywhere, so it's a little hard to get used to at first. But after like a week passes, even 3-4 days in, you get used to it. And I think that just because the boys, like, they're guys, they have the same interests as each other, so they got along well. And then Pauley and Vinny, they all just vibed out together and jokes. Obviously, you get on each other's nerves, it happens, but I give a lot of credit to the boys because they walked in kind of like just threw them in there, and like we kind of already like had experience and kind of knew what like was going to go down in a sense. Like, we kind of like knew what to expect. They didn't. So for them to walk in and handle it the way they did a great job.
And I'm not sure if you would know or not. Like, did that come about as did MTV reach out to you guys and go, hey, do you want to bring some other people in? And then she reached out to them. How did that actually? Because I know you said you went through the whole casting thing.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure. I know that they were casted for other things, and then we all happened to know each other. So
cool. That's cool. So that makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's better because like we're already like got with Darren's friends. They party with her in Hoboken, so like walking in, they kind of had that secure. Like we know Darren, like God forbid of anything, and they didn't. That I feel like also that's like why they were kind of like they were so good walking into the penthouse with us also, because they were more comfortable because they at least had a familiar face.
And that always helps out. You walk in, like, it's kind of like if you go get a new job and there's somebody there that you worked with at an old job, you walk in, you're like, oh man, this is going to be a cakewalk because there's somebody I know here. And with the show, now you said you had, now did you have your own company, Glamorous Luxury, before the show as well? Did you said you had it before the show as well?
Yes, I had it all before season 1 because I didn't go to college. So when I graduated high school, I just went out into the work world and I just started working right away, and then I just built my own clientele. So I already had that business and everything before the show.
Now, did the show help drastically with that once you were on the show and everybody found out that you had that? I'm sure it's just like social media. Like, I'm sure you probably had Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. And then once the show, you know, was there a point where you sat there and you pulled up social after the first episode or whatever and all that, and you just look and it's like 14,000 people just added you?
Yeah, no, it's wild how fast like social media is and how fast it can grow. And I literally started with maybe 1,000 followers before like that's what how many followers I had before the show like started. And then like every morning I woke up, it was like 100, 200, 300, 400. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. It just kept going and going and going. And it's wild now. Like last night I hit 90K, so I'm almost at 100K. So it's just crazy. And the show definitely helped my business. There's other things coming soon that I'm going to be launching onto my Lash website for guys and girls. I can't say yet. It's a surprise, but it will be cool. So yeah, it definitely helped.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, I mean, Instagram really. That's how, you know, we got in contact with you, and I will say this. We were talking about this earlier. Your Instagram, superb.
Thank you. Yeah. It's so funny. So I'm like so bad with social media. I know nothing. I'm like, duh. So when I was with Nikki Kurd from the show like a few weeks ago, he's like, Marissa, you got to take this off. You got to take that off. And he's like going through my Instagram, archiving everything. And he's like, you got to make it look like this. And I'm like, here's my phone. Do what you got to do. If you want to run my Instagram, you can, because I don't know what I'm doing. I just throw up pictures and for the hell of it. but yeah, no. So I'm happy I listened to him because everybody's giving me compliments now, and they're like, "We like your layout," and I'm like, "Whatever that means, thank you."
So they did a good job.
Yeah, and I mean,
Thank
to be
you.
honest, we do like the layout, but we were just kind of like, okay.
It's some titties and boobs.
Now, with MTV, if they asked you to do, let's say you're on Double Shot at Love. Let's say if they came to you and they're like, hey, would you like to make an appearance on Jersey Shore? Or, hey, would you like to do another kind of spin-off type show? Because obviously you guys are celebrities of your own now. Yeah. So, and that kind of happened with Jersey Shore. Once Jersey Shore disbanded, Snooki and J-Well had a show, Vinny and Pauley had a show, and all that. Would you spin off, and would you still continue to do stuff like that if it wasn't exactly under the Double Shot of Love franchise itself?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not going to take any opportunity that I get just to go and film and be on TV. If I approve of it, like, I wouldn't, like, X on the beach. I wouldn't run and go on X on the beach. I would not go on a show with my exes. I rather go pull a tooth out than be on a show with my ex. Like, but if it's an opportunity that I'm like, yes, definitely 110%, I would go and do it.
What about a show like The Challenge? Would you do the challenge? Because that's another favorite that me and my wife have also.
I haven't watched a challenge. I see little clippets on social media of it. I feel like that's very like you have to be like very athletic, and like I don't work out. I don't go to the gym. In school, I never wanted to do gym class. I would get doctor notes. So if I have to be like climbing shit and jumping walls and crazy shit, that's not for me. No. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm saying no now, but maybe I don't freaking know.
Yeah, you just get off your MTV calls. They're like, "Hey, would you like to do the celebrity, challenge season that we're coming up?" And you're just kind of like, well, God damn it!
I'll be the water boy on the side. Go on.
Now, with that, what's going in with the whole social media thing? How is it adjusting on the streets now to people noticing who you are? Are people overly crazy, or are people just kind of laid back when they see you? Or are they just kind of like, oh my God, it's Marissa, and just run over it, especially with COVID and all that going on. I can imagine, someone seeing you and then coming over and it's like, whoa there for 1 second. Like,
yeah, no. I mean, it definitely now, like, going out, whether I'm in a restaurant, a bar, a club, whatever, even if I'm in the store. I was in CVS once buying razors, and this couple ran up to me. So, I mean, you kind of know, like, when I'm out, like, you'll know, like, who will notice me, but they don't want to, like, run up, and which I get. It's totally fine. I love meeting everybody. Like, they can come up to me, but some people, they get, like, standoffish, or they'll just wave and smile. I'm just like, hey. But then you get the other people that run up. They're taking pictures. They're asking questions. I was out to dinner the other night, and this whole family was bugging out, and they saw me. So they just kept buying shots to my table, and I was like,
awesome.
Stop. I was like, you don't have to do that. Thank you. And I was like, but if I'm taking these, you guys got to take them with me now. I love meeting all the fans. All my fans are amazing. If you see me out, come up, say hi, take a picture. So yeah, no, everybody's really cool. You get the crazy people. Like, I've been out and girls have tried to fight me because they're like, my boyfriend loves you. And I'm like, well, then you're insecure, stupid bitch. Like, you're gonna try and fight me right now because your boyfriend is watching me on TV. Like, there's one girl, literally, I happened to be out with B Lashes and Darren last year, and this girl like came for me, and I got in her face, and Lash is like, no, she's like pulling me back. But so you get the crazies sometimes, but other than that, I love meeting everybody and talking to everybody and seeing where my fans are from.
Now, with that, do you get any fans that are just kind of jealous that, oh man, why do you get to be on a show where you're around Vinny and Pauley D and all that? Because they're so loved. Like, I'm sure every
my mom's friends drool over them. They're like, you kissed Pauley, you live with Vinny and Pauley, I love them. Like, I mean, nobody's really jealous. I wouldn't say that. They just think like it's a cool experience and like awesome with what I'm doing and how I can be friends with them and work with them and know them on that personal level.
All right, Marissa, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Is there anything that you have coming up, or anything you want to plug, or anything like that before we go ahead and hop?
Well, watch every Thursday, Double Shot at Love Season 2. If you guys have missed any episodes, it's on demand. It's on 8 p.m. I was about to say every night, 8 p.m. every Thursday. It's going to get more crazy, so stay tuned for that. If you guys are into lashes, check out glamorousluxurylashes.com. And also, there's going to be a lot of giveaways and cool things coming out. So follow me on Instagram, Marissa Lucchese MTV, and stay tuned. And thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
It was so nice meeting you guys.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
All right. Real quick, we're still recording. Would you just be able to say this is Marissa Lucchese?
Lucchese.
Lucchese.
It's okay. I've called Lucchese my whole life. I'm like,
I couldn't get it down. I'm like, dude, you have it. You
right, that's why I introduced me, because I was like, he's gonna fuck it up.
And just say, hey, you're watching the Happy Hour podcast. We kind of do those as we're going in and coming out of commercial breaks.
Yeah. Do you want me to say, hey, you're watching the Happy Hour podcast, or also say my name?
If you could say your name, that'd be great.
Okay. Should I just be like, hi, it's Marissa Lucchese, you're watching the Happy Hour podcast? Okay. Hi, it's Marissa Lucchese, and you guys are watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Cool. Thank you.
Good.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We love
So,
it.
thank you guys. Have a good week.
All right.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So.
Hey guys, sorry, I know I joined a little late.
Oh, it's
It's
okay.
okay.
I saw you up there, and I was like, "Oh man, let me bring her in," because I know you said you wanted to be in on it, and I didn't see it right away, and I saw it, and I saw you put everything on mute or whatever, which I appreciate and all that, because we were midway through. But no.
Yeah, of course, totally. No, I was a little late, but also I was in the waiting room for a while, which I figured. But I just want to confirm, were the first few questions I missed just show related, like no production talk?
No, we pretty much asked how she got to be on the show, how all that built up. I'm not sure if you were on when we asked about Nikki. We asked about Nikki if she's as crazy as,
She's portrayed.
Got it.
Yeah, as she was portrayed on the
Yeah,
show.
I saw that.
How she felt being the youngest one on there. And I don't think we really asked. I stayed away because I know with the reality stuff, I kind of stayed away from asking how like production stuff went. We asked her about working at Dre's nightclub. Crazy stories with that. We talked a little bit about Vegas. I'm not sure if you were on when we talked about Vegas a little bit.
I think I caught most of that, but I'm sure it was fine. Honestly, I just want to do my due diligence, but yeah, everything sounds fine. So
we stayed away from asking her too much, like about the show, revealing anything.
Yeah. And I even said, I brought up the point that they were still currently filming, and I was like, hey, I know you guys were in Vegas, and I see that the next episode coming up, it's advertising Miami. So we kept it in the whole thing of, hey, where they're currently at in the timeline, and talked a lot about season 1 and all that too. So
awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much. And sorry about the mix up at the beginning.
No, you're perfectly fine. Everything, we appreciate everything, everybody that comes on and all that. If you know anybody else that would want to come on, we're always looking for guests. So we have a new guest every week. We're pretty. We slid you guys in because we just went on vacation, so we weren't able to film an episode this week. So it actually it filled our schedule.
Works out pretty good.
So
worked out good.
Yeah,
nice.
So
great. Well, I'd love to see the link when you have it live. And yeah, thank you. I will definitely keep y'all in mind.
Okay, and if there's anything that needs to be touched up or edited, just let me know. The hosting site we have, I can fix whatever and then just re-upload it, and it won't affect the views that we get or anything like that. I can just fix it and throw it back up, and that's it.
Okay, good to know.
All right, cool. Thanks, Rebecca.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, bye. All right, that went relatively well.
Yeah. I knew you did most of the talking, but you were doing good. You were so I just kind of let you go.
All right, so
I just started talking about the reality show, comparing between the two.
Where does it save to? That's the only thing, because I recorded it. Where does it save to? Let me look this up. Where do Zoom recordings go? saved on your desktop device to its own folder labeled with date, time, and meeting name. By default, these are inside the Zoom folder located inside the document folder on Windows. Let me make sure I have that. Don't give me bullshit, computer. I don't want to exit out until I know. I think it still says it's recording. Okay, so we're recording ourselves.